Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. One of the big stories in the world of sports is the upset of the defending champion of Wimbledon, Novak Djokovic, who's won the tournament the last 2 years, 2015 and 2014. Today he was upset by the American Sam Queerey out of San Francisco. What I'm going to show in this video is how this was another scripted sports accomplishment and why this match was scripted for Sam Queerey to win. The world of professional sports is rigged. It is rigged by the numbers. This will be another prime example of how. And at the end of this video, we'll also revisit the suspension of Maria Sharapova. A lot of people have not seen my video from March on her suspension from Wimbledon. We'll revisit that as well. So, the big winner today, Sam Queerey. Very interesting last name in light of him being from San Francisco. His birthday is October 7th, 1987. He'll be turning 29 years old later this year. He will be turning 29, 97 days from today, July 2nd, the date of his major upset over Novak. Why does 97 matter? It matters to the tournament of Wimbledon. In gematria, Wimbledon sums to 97. And in history, the first Wimbledon was on July 9th, 1877. The tournament began. It ended the 19th of July. July 9th in the UK is written 9/7, day before month, a lot like 97 corresponding with Wimbledon. On this video channel, I have shown how many sports their name syncs up perfectly with their first championship date. If you're new to my channel, I am showing how history has been scripted by a gang that operates from the shadows known as Freemasons. These people have built their world around us by the numbers. It includes news, history, and sports. So much of modern history, centuries past, by the numbers. In the time the Freemasons have been ruling, they have been doing things this way. So this man wins 97 days before his 29th birthday, biggest upset in Wimbledon yet. The number 97 is the 25th prime number. Prime numbers are very important in this study. The win comes today, a date with 25 numerology. And the name Sam Queerey in gematria sums to 52, the reflection of 25. 52, a big number in the world of sports. The word prophecy equals 52. The Masons operate according to a code that has a lot to do with prophecy, especially prophecy in spiritual texts, such as the book of Revelation. If this sounds crazy, if you're new here, familiarize yourself with my work. See what I've been exposing. See how this trend continues in the world of sports again and again. If you watch movies, a lot of clues are dropped in movies about numbers and prophecy and dialogue, things that might glaze right past you if you have no idea what's going on in this world. Sam Queerey is also from San Francisco. The word Francisco has gematria 43 like Wimbledon the small way, like 52 like prophecy, and Sam Queerey. It could be a coincidence. I just want to document it. This is a big win for America, for a man from San Francisco, the homosexual capital of the nation, where it is popular to refer to yourself as queer if you are gay. You know, the community has taken on that word as like empowering, you know. Sam Queerey. So, what else I notice about his birthday coming 97 days from today is that it corresponds with his name Sam. It'll be on a date with 33 numerology, October 7th, 2016, date with 33 numerology. This year, Wimbledon also concludes on July 10th. So if he becomes the champion, it will be that date. Also a date with 33 numerology, like Sam. And another three-letter word with 33 gematria is gay. 7 plus 1 plus 25. A lot of homosexual tributes in the media lately. You know, the National Gay Monument in the United States of America, the Stonewall Inn. The recent Orlando shooting on the Pride Day that got all this attention started these national conversations. You have to remember, all of this sports scripting, it's scripted with current events, news stories. It's all part of a big show, and a lot of it is subliminal programming, including a name like Sam Queerey. So one of my readers, before I did this post, he posted on another topic I'd written about, and he said, "Hey, Zach, check out Wimbledon. He's talking to me about the upset. He's learning the information." He points out this. Coming into today's upset, Novak had a 30-win streak in the majors. That was his 31st Grand Slam match. 31. He played today on court 1, round 3, which by itself is strange, as he should have played in center court as a 3-time past champion. And he ended up losing 3-1. So these are great observations. I don't follow tennis enough to even know what any of this means. But what stands out to me are the number sequences, the 31 and the 13, numbers that are reflections of each other, numbers that are showing up huge in the world of sports right now. If you haven't seen my work on the NBA Finals, check that out. Anyhow, from Novak's birthday to today's match was 41 days, which is the 13th prime number. And his birthday was on May 22nd, 2016, a date with 43 numerology like Wimbledon the small way. Interesting how their birthdays fell this year. Interesting how they meet in this special match coming 97 days before the man who prevails. And what I'm trying to explain is the reason all of this is possible and the reason this happens so much, and I'm here exposing this sport event after sport event, is because we live in a world of Manchurian athletes. They are born and bred to be. From the day they're born, they have these numbers with them that are significant to the world that is already planned out ahead. You want to see an interesting movie on this topic? Check out the movie Knowing, which came out in 2009 on a date with 52 numerology like prophecy. The premise of the movie is a little girl in elementary school. She becomes possessed by something and starts scribbling out all these numbers, writes down thousands of numbers on pieces of paper. And what she's supposed to be doing is drawing a picture of something she imagines in the future. She's at elementary school. Her teacher gives her this assignment, elementary school student. All of the kids in the classroom are drawing pictures. She's scribbling out all these numbers. And what they're going to do with this assignment is put them in a time capsule and open it 50 years later. So 50 years later, this time capsule is opened, and the boy who gets it, he takes it home and his father sees it. And his father happens to be a professor of mathematics at MIT. And he starts looking at all these numbers, wondering what this girl in elementary school was trying to communicate. And he plots it all out, and what he discovers, remember, this is a Hollywood movie. The same people who make the movies are the same people who script the news, who script the sports. What he discovers in this movie is all these numbers are a sequence of dates, map coordinates, and tragedy body counts over the years. And all of this was put in 50 years earlier. He goes through hundreds of examples and realizes that everything written on this paper is in chronological order of the dates tragedies will happen all over the world. And if you watch the movie, it's all full of the numbers that I always talk about on this channel. The movie begins with a discussion about Saturn, the keeper of time. The movie's called Knowing. Knowing has the same gematria as Saturn. These movies are trying to clue us in to what has really been done in this world. We are living out daily events that were planned centuries before. You know, literally 50 years before, 100 years before, sometimes more. That is how all of this is possible. They have plotted it. They know what the dates are going to be in the future. They find the people to correspond as they do, thus Sam Queerey being born on a date where this date lines up for his huge Wimbledon win 97 days before his upcoming birthday. Also, with regards to this match coming today, July 2nd, the midway point of the year, a date that can be written 2/7 as it is in the UK, tennis in Gematria sums to 27, a lot like 2/7 for July the 2nd. Here's the past winners of the Wimbledon. Notice the man upset today has won the last two. The winner before that, Andy Murray. Murray, one of those 33 names. Special numbers. And for any of you learning these skills, feel free to take the knowledge and go back and apply it to past tournaments and the matchups, their name gematria, their birthdays. You're going to prove that this is real to yourself if you apply the knowledge. You know, that's why I teach the skill. I'm not here to manipulate anyone, waste anyone's time, just to teach you something that you can use, you can apply, and you can have a lot more knowledge in this world for knowing. All right, now let's go back in time. I made a video about this in March, but just in case you missed it, on International Women's Day, the big news story was Maria Sharapova busted for using a drug that had been recently banned. The news broke late March 7th in the United States. It was already March 8th in the UK. March 8th is International Women's Day, and here was this female athlete being, cast out as a cheater, a past champion of Wimbledon, having won at age 17, which we'll get to. The date of the news, March 7th, was the 67th day of the year. Typically it's March 8th, but this year was a leap year, so March 7th was the 67th day of the year. The word female sums to 67 in Jewish gematria. Again, typically March 8th is the 67th day of the year, International Women's Day. Maria Sharapova supposedly failed the drug test at the Australian Open, which also had gematria of 67. This news was breaking on the 67th day of the year. They said that she used the drug meldonium, having gematria 43, just like Wimbledon. And of course, she ended up being suspended from Wimbledon for using this drug. Meldonium also has the gematria of 106, like prophecy. Again, important numbers in the scripting of sports. The date of the failed drug test was January 26, 2016, a date with 43 numerology. No coincidence there. The news coming March 7th, but really making big news headlines the next day, March 8th. But when it first broke March 7th to her birthday, April 19th, 43 days, like Wimbledon. Writing about these same numbers, and now they show up big in today's win. It's always these patterns. You study these numbers, you apply this knowledge, you can do this research without me, which is my goal as the video maker. I'm here to teach you a skill. I don't ask for you to watch these videos. I don't ask for you to contribute anything. I just ask that you learn the information, apply it, share it, help wake up your fellow man. For you gamblers, you can make a lot of money off this. So, when she won Wimbledon, she was 17 years old. And the date March 7th, written 3/7, is a bit like 37. Notice that 17 has gematria of 37. Here she gets the suspension on March 7th that leads to her being blocked at Wimbledon, which she won at age 17. She's also born on April 19th, which is the 109th day of the year. 17 also corresponds with the day of the year she was born on. Her full name, Maria Sharapova. Gematria of 112. This story, March 7th, came exactly 112 days before the start of Wimbledon. Exactly 112 days, like her name, she ended up being banned from it. When she was 17, this is who she beat at Wimbledon. She beat Serena Williams in the prime of her life as the most dominant tennis player in women's tennis. How could a 17-year-old defeat Serena Williams? The answer is she couldn't, not without it being scripted. And that's what happens in the world of sports again and again. Scripting meant to dupe the fans, meant to dupe bettors, to create an interesting storyline. And for being the beneficiaries of this rigging, these people also oftentimes get shamed in the headlines, such as Maria Sharapova being shamed a decade later, just before her 29th birthday, for supposedly doping or using a banned substance. But again, as I was saying in March, this was all a tribute to Wimbledon, another hoax by the numbers. Another reason they do these stories is to get this drug in the minds of the public who go, oh, really? This will help me with my performance? Maybe I need to get some of that. Maybe I need to buy some of that. Maybe that will help me with my tennis game, my weightlifting, my whatever. These sports, they're here to distract us. They're here to program us. They're here to sell commercials and subliminals like Sam Queerey. Remember Michael Sam, the first gay football player drafted and then cut shortly after? Both the names Michael and Sam, 33 like gay. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.